Hi, this is David Adams with Learn to Trade and Invest. It was a strange week, really. I don't know. I was fortunate. We never really had any big days, but I was trading the YM all week, 3 contracts, and usually, I won every day. That's not, something I claim I do every single week, but this week I did. We came out pretty good. I was real happy, with the way the week went. Today was a little bit embarrassing. I was in a trade and got a phone call. It was an important phone call, and I forgot I was in a trade and got stopped out before I realized what was going on. So I had to work hard all day to finally get back with the program. But all in all, it was a weird week, but there were opportunities to trade, and the particular style of trading that we employ worked pretty well. Here's the chart for today. It was, as you can see, we started, it was, flat, in the pre-session hours. And then we started down, and this was really heavily participated in by large investors, hedge funds, and things like that. They really drove it down. Here's this. I got stopped out up here, like I was saying in the beginning, and but there, as you can see, there were lots of other good opportunities. So even in the afternoon, there were several good trades. I can't really tell you why it went down. Probably a lot of uncertainty about the budget. And oil was up pretty heavy. Obviously, there was nothing too tricky about trading it. Basically, up until 2 o'clock, if you were short, you made money. Kind of consolidated it right here and kind of began a little run up. And then it had one a little later, right the last half hour. But really, it was a day dominated, by the larger traders. It's one of the things I really preach, to people in my room, is that large traders control the market, and this is a great example of just how hard they pushed it down. Kind of made a little comeback, and then of course at the end of the day, these are guys bailing out. I had a few supply problems throughout the course of the day. I use that ultimate oscillator and acceleration deceleration a lot. It gives you a pretty good view of what's going on. I really am primarily interested in chart action and price action, so it really dominates my thinking. But there's when I have an idea, a lot of times I'll use indicators to confirm what I'm thinking, and today everything was pretty much right on the money. Like I said, you didn't exactly have to be Albert Einstein to trade today. The market was going down, and it continued down for a real good period of time. And as long as you stayed short, you did well. I can never figure out, guys, when you see a market headed straight down, who are these guys buying in here? The retracements weren't very good. I guess somebody does, but in any event, the market was primarily down, kind of rebounded a little bit later in the day. Probably budget concerns, oil, gold was up again, so I think those were kind of the themes of the day, along with the fact that the market again was really controlled by the larger traders. I've been showing this chart here every other video I make or something. Again, really, we've had this long run here. We hit a high in February. We kind of checked up a little bit here. Then we broke through it. But I think the next week or so will be pretty interesting. I don't put too much stock in today just because there was a lot of outside factors really affecting things. Of course, I would point out that outside factors in the past, I mean, we got, nuclear reactors melting down in Japan and wars in several regions. Pick a region you like, and we're fighting a war there. And the economy is not exactly on fire, but the market has continued to go upwards. So I don't know if you can blame today's there's a lot of worry about the government shutting down. And you would think, by the way, that grown men could at least come to some sort of agreement about how to spend money. I mean, instead of waiting till the very last hour. As I'm making this video, I think they finally come to agreement within an hour of the deadline. And we're arguing about all sorts of things, none of which have to do with fiscal policy, more ideological issues. I won't extemporize on that much for you too much, but it absolutely amazes me that our elected officials behave in the way they do. And both parties are guilty. I'm independent, so I'm not blaming anybody. In any event, we're through February's highs. Been a little flat after that. The market isn't quite sure, I guess, whether it wants to rocket up or hang there, or just exactly what's going to happen. I think the next couple of weeks we'll find out. Again, I've been saying all the last month or so, I kind of look at, on the ES, this is a YM chart, but on the ES, somewhere around 1370, would be kind of the next, stopping point. I would point out that it's awful high relative to the health of the economy, but stock markets are notorious for ignoring the obvious and continuing along their merry way. So we trade the market, not the economy. So we'll be watching it close the next couple of weeks, see exactly how it all turns out. As it stands, we're just a shade above it. Nothing too fancy here. I kind of go through this every night. Emphasize I run kind of a unique trading room in that I let everybody talk. I do kind of limit the number of participants in it, just so that people can express themselves. I think people exchanging ideas, as long as they aren't completely in left field, it's a good thing. I try to keep things on track, but it's a pretty laid-back place. Additionally, I'm not promising you're going to become a quadrillionaire or anything like that. The idea is to learn to trade successfully and consistently, and that's the promise I make. That that's what we strive for. As I said, I'm not making 1,000% a month like some of the other guys claim, but they aren't either. We try to get the most out of the market every day, and the market offers different things on different days, and believe it or not, I actually lose trades every now and then, and even have a couple losing days a month. So that's the way it is. we really like to focus on sound technique. We're kind of geared towards new traders. Also get a lot of traders who have gone through other programs and are not doing as well as they could, or traders who are having difficulty becoming successful. We'd love to have you visit. We offer a free week, and I'd like to see you come visit us. You can come to our website and sign up. That's at learntotradeinvest.com with a whole bunch of hyphens. Again, sign up for a free trial in our trading room. The numbers I showed earlier, there's lots of people who watch me do it every day, and I'm the guy, I've been trading most of my life, and I trade in the room. I don't have a student or anybody else do it. On real boring days, I get to telling jokes and things like that. They're not very good, but it's an interesting place, and I think you can learn a lot there. So with that in mind, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.